Alright guys, before we start this video, this is a warning. This is for educational purposes. Don't do drugs. I'm just telling you my experience, and this is sort of to, learn about at least what I've gone through. What's up guys? Another day, another dollar. Today's video topic is why I don't do acid or shrooms, or I don't smoke weed either. Nothing like that. Someone on stream asked me last night about this question. Also, thank you for over 100 viewers on the Minecraft stream last night with my friends. Some guy came on there, was like, you suck at streaming. But it's like, fuck you, pussy. I never claimed to be a streamer. I mean, what do you want me to do, bro? It seems like the meta now is to go out and do IRL streaming and just beat up people, bro. Should I just go out and start IRL streaming and assault motherfuckers, bro? Like, let me play Minecraft. This topic is about why I don't do acid or shrooms, because someone asked about it. Because I guess a lot of people like doing shrooms, smoking weed, doing acid. Look, I don't give a shit that you do it. I just don't do it. And yes, I have done it. I don't do it because of my experience. Specifically with like shrooms, I think I talked about it. Honestly, I've done both of them maybe like 10 times. So I'm not like some crazy person who's tripping all the time, but I remember I saw hell once. I think everyone's experience is based on what's going on in their mind. But, I was in a stressful part of life. I was in college, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. It stressed me out. I felt trapped, by the world. I felt like I had, like, the future that was laid out for me is not something that I wanted to do. Like, I didn't want to be an architect, and I felt like there was no way to escape it. And I also, like, for some reason, my girlfriend at the time was just giving me anxiety. I don't know, I just didn't fuck with it. But I told me to do these shrooms. And so I take them, and then we lock ourselves in a dark bedroom. We locked ourselves in a dark bedroom, right? And played, like, Mac Miller. And I swear to God, I had the worst experience in my entire life. I think I was sobbing at one point. I remember, I don't know how much or what I took, but I remember I was looking at the ceiling fan and it had eyes and teeth. I was getting some heavy visuals with the amount that we did. All the walls were like moving and shit. It was weird. It was like, I was scared. Everything looked like a monster. I remember I looked at the ceiling fan. It has these little things, and it looked like it had, like, the light bulbs looked like eyes and teeth. And then I closed my eyes to escape it, but it actually only made it worse. I remember I saw this, like, face looking down at me, and then I saw the embodiment of human violence, right? And then I saw me and all my friends naked in cages. I don't know, I remember I was like closing my eyes, and then I saw me and all my friends naked, like butt-ass naked in cages, right? Over like a lake of boiling water. It's like the cages were like attached to a chain, and there was like a devil laughing, about to pull the lever, just lowering us into the boiling water. And like, it wasn't just my friends, it was like people that I'd seen out and about. And I was like, everyone's like crying and screaming, like, please let me out. But this devil was about to, he was just laughing, just about to lower us in. So like, and then I started thinking about all my failures and shit, and I just started sobbing. It was really embarrassing, but that's why I don't do I stay away from drugs. I think I told that story on stream one time. And then there was another time at a festival, where I remember, this girl's brother just kept telling me to take all these different things, and I did some acid. And I remember I was walking back. I was at Bonnaroo in like 2022 or 2023, and I remember walking back like so fucked up that I remember I was laying there and I thought there was like a shooting going on. So my panic was like at a high, but I don't know why. I thought there was like a mass shooting, and like the last time you want to be caught in a mass shooting is when when you're like mind altered, you know what I mean, when you're not fully there. And this is why I don't do drugs anymore. I mean, I just had to, it's all just bad. But I remember I was laying in this dirty ass tent because we were camping there, and like in the folds, and this is like around when the Ukraine war started, or sort of like the beginning. But I remember I was looking at the folds of the tent, and And like, it was so weird. It was like playing out like a TV, but like the image was comprised of folds in a tent, but I could see the image clearly. And it was like a movie playing, and I'm laying there like, holy shit, I'm so fucked up. I wasn't like I was aware how like weird this was. And so I'm laying there looking at the ceiling of the tent, and it's a Ukrainian mother raising 2 Ukrainian children, right? And she's like, it's 2 boys, and like they're like brothers. And so like I'm watching them grow up. They're like playing with their mom, they're like going to school, they're like playing on the swings, you know what I mean? And then as they got older, like they got a car, and I'm watching this play out on the tent. And you know, and then now they're like young adults. I think they're like 20 probably, and they have to go get sent off to the war. And the mom was like crying, you know, and they're like basically saying her goodbyes. And this is, mind you, this is playing on the folds of a tent. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't really talk about this stuff, but you know, honestly, I don't know what the fuck to talk about, and I'm tired of the emails. So if this is a little dark for your taste, just click off. Like, know that I don't do this stuff anymore. You know, I don't even really go to stuff like that anymore. I just, you know, if I go out, I don't even go out really. This was all happening in what people call the prime of Horsemeet. Like when I was posting the TikToks, like before I got all the bans, people were like, oh, you gotta go back to that, like that shit, bro. This was like, my life was like crazy fucked up. Anyway, I'm laying there, and so they're getting sent off to war, and I'm staring at the ceiling of the tent, or like the wall of the tent, and I'm like, holy shit, this is like terrifying. And then it switches, they're in like a fight, and they both die. They both get killed in the war. And I remember the mom is like breaking down sobbing, like she can't believe it happened. I'm watching this on the folds of a tent, and it was like, I was horrified. The thing about these kinds of things too, and this is also why I don't smoke weed, is because like I feel like when I'm sober and just my normal self, I have a sense of like barrier, like wall, when people tell me bad things, or like I see bad shit on the news. Like if I see a shooting, I'm like, oh, that's terrible, but I'm not like fearing. But for some reason, if I tried to smoke weed, or if I took like a psychedelic drug, for some reason my mind feels like it happened to me, and I feel the despair, like the true despair, as if like I was the one, or like my loved one was killed in like a shooting. So like then watching it in that sense feels so much different, because you really feel that like huge sense of despair. It feels like my walls come down, like everything that I have in my mind to like protect myself from things that are like too fucked up to comprehend, like they just come down. And so like, I don't know, I feel like every time I do something like that, it scares the shit out of me. I feel like vulnerable. I feel like vulnerable on a level that I don't like. Like I feel like I can't protect myself from, or like I'm completely defenseless, and that's why I don't do it. I mean, and I know not everyone is like me, you know. From what I hear, you know, people react differently based on how their brain chemistry is. Maybe I'm just like I just have a lot of negative, I don't know why, but you know, some people will sit here and tell me like, oh, well, you just need to do it in this environment, or no, I'd rather just avoid it entirely. Like, why? I'm just not gonna do it, you know. Like I was like 19, 20 once, like trying these different things, but at this point it's like, fuck it, dude, I don't even want to do that shit. So I see the psychonauts or whatever, like the people that do it like heavy. I don't want to be like them, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my friends do it like recreationally here and there, like, you know, if there's like a big event going on, but they don't take that much, like shrooms or something. And a lot of my friends smoke weed, but it's not for me, I realize, you know. And maybe that's why like the early days of Horsemeet were so unhinged, is because like this type of shit was like happening semi-frequently. So when people go back and look at my old reels and they're just completely unhinged, it's because I think I was just in a more unhinged, like I didn't give a fuck about anything, because everything in my actual life was crazier than what I was posting on the internet. Now it's kind of like everything's kind of mild, like leveled out. Yeah, man, that shit scares the fuck out of me, bro. Honestly, I've never really had a good experience at all. Any of the times I've done it, it's varying levels of bad. Now, this doesn't mean it's gonna happen to you. You know, I'm just kind of telling my experience and why I don't do it. And yeah, I mean, I just didn't know what to talk about today, but thank you for over 100 viewers on the stream last night on Minecraft. It's funny because I streamed this morning making dubstep. We had 9 viewers. So clearly there's like a favor of what people want me to do. If you guys want me to talk more about this stuff, I can. Different experiences, different things. I really don't do any of it anymore. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Drop your guys' experiences in the comments. I know a lot of people have great experiences with it, but short video today. I'm streaming tonight. I'll catch you guys. Peace. Oh, code Horsemeet on Civil Regime and non-CRUE. All right, peace.